Hey everyone. I hope that I'm connecting. My my Wi-Fi seems to be kind of sketchy this morning. It's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue, and I'm here for this morning's Cricut Chat, which is going to be a card that says "You're a Peach." And I tried to put it together this morning, but I ran into a couple of problems. So I wanted to show you what the problems were because, you know, we're among friends. Oh, good morning, David. How are you? You're up early. Hi, Maria. Hi, Wanda. So, how are you all doing? Hi, Lori Jo. I'm a little tired today. Monday's kind of after date night. You know, it's hard to get. I probably should plan better. So, hi, Lynn. Hi, Aledra. How are you? Yeah, I'm good. Just a little tired, you know, kind of dragging. I think what I have to do is I have to plan my Monday better before I get a chance. Hi, Penny. Yes, I am. Hello, Wendy. Good morning. So this morning we're going to do this card. It's called You're a Peach. And actually I found it on the project section, you know. Good morning, Constance. Hi, Susan. Hi, Lisa. Oh, at least I got your email. I'm going to reply later on this morning. So I got this on in the cards category. And it was sort of down. I hope I can find it. But I started to take it apart and look at some things. Here it is. It says, Mom, you're a peach. And I thought, you know, this is a great card, especially this time of year. It's peach picking year, season. But I didn't want to have it just be a mom card. So I wanted to look at it a little closer to see if I can't make it a little more generic and just change it to You're a Peach. And so I did do that, and I want to show you how I did that. But I also want to show you how to make a few changes to it, because a lot of times with these cards they just put, let me show you on the back, they just put this piece here. So when you are creating a card, so here I left this undone so you could see it. So when you're creating a card, this becomes the front, you know, and then you put this piece in here, and then that's your card. But I kind of don't always like this look. We open up and you can see that. So I wanted to show you what I do to make it look more like a professional looking card rather than doing this. And I do this with a lot of the pre-made cards. And what's really cool is that this can be done with the Joy too. And it's a great way to sort of modify existing files that are made for like the Maker or the Explorer if you want to do on the Joy. Of course, it has to be an A2 card, but I wanted to kind of show you. So let's go ahead and do Customize so you can see what I'm talking about. So, okay, so here is the card, which, by the way, got off of the projects page. I'm going to get rid of the envelope because you know how I am about envelopes. So let's break it down. I'm going to ungroup this so you can see. So this is what I mean. There's this card, and then this is the backing of the card. It's a really pretty lacy cut. It does require some glue. And then you've got this backing here that when you put it in, it doesn't look, I don't know, it doesn't look super professional. So what I started doing was thinking, you know, maybe we should just make the front of the card and put it on a base. I started thinking this way about a lot of cards because especially with these lacy cuts, it's hard to do the scoring here. And I really messed up this card, by the way. I'm going to just point out, even though we don't do that. I'm pointing out here because you know what else I did? I used vinyl to do that You're a Peach. When I cut it out the You're a Peach in paper, I was like, oh, this is really tiny. I'm going to try it in vinyl. The only problem was when I did it in vinyl, I put it on transfer tape. I put it on strong grip transfer tape and it pulled up the tops of the paper where you can see it most pronounced here. So I'm going to show you how I do that, but with regular transfer tape. And then, you know, I also did this with, I popped out this peach to kind of give it some look. So let's have a look. So first let's talk about this sentiment, or the thing that we're going to put on the front of the card. What's great about this is it's all one image, and it's a very simple image. It's one layer. So what you can do with a one layer image is we can go into contour, which we talked a little bit about on Saturday night. Contour is down here, last item here. And when it is clickable is when you know you can use it, if that makes sense. So there are certain things like this card, because it has the scoring is not eligible for contouring. You have to actually ungroup it or detach it, take off the scoring so that you can make a change to it if you want to do contouring. So this one here is very simple. So what we have to do is just go to contour, and it will bring us to, this is our image, right? So we you know, as much as I love my mom or want to give, you know, her cards and everything, sometimes you want to make a card that's not for mom, and it's perfect. This would be a perfect card to give to someone that was, you know, just real sweet like a mom, that's a peach like a mom, you know. So what you would do here is in contour, it's a pop-up window, and you'll see there's your image right here, and then on the right hand side are all of the pieces of the image. So you can either go and click on the right hand side. So this part, OM, which is mom, right? If I click on that, you notice it sort of goes in a shadow form, but it doesn't shadow out this piece. So you have to click on all of these parts that you don't want to see anymore. And you can either do it on the actual screen or on the right hand side like this. And then when you close this window, there you go, bam, it's you're a peach instead of, yeah, my internet, I don't know. We'll see. But so you're a peach, okay? So so that's how you do contour. Again, it has to be a simple image. So when I say simple, it can't have anything like 2 layers or scoring or anything like that. It has to be a simple image, and you go down to the bottom right-hand side where it says contour, hit contour, and here is your image that you can then shade out the pieces that you don't want, okay? That's contour. So we took care of that problem. The other problem is with this and the background. Let me just move my peaches. Okay. So as I mentioned, you know, this is a whole card, and this is the way that Cricut has developed their cards for the bigger machines. Is they cut it out and they use a scoring, but sometimes it's very delicate. And so it makes it a little bit kind of weird to have, because it's so delicate, to have just this piece here. I don't know, sometimes I don't like this look, so I want it to look like this, and maybe like inside of a card is like a regular inside of a card. So here is what I have done with a lot of these cards, is I take and I have to detach the scoring. So I have it highlighted, and you'll see over to the right, it has a score. And we can just go ahead and, I want to just try something. Yeah, you can either shade out the scoring if you want, like this, or you could also detach like that and click here, because by detaching it, you're making it into a simple image. The scoring makes it a little more complicated. So then we're going to pull in a shape. In this case, we're going to pull in a square, and we are going to unlock it and make it all the way to where the scoring is. Like pull it over to where the scoring is. So you with me? So then I'm going to select both of those, right? And I am going to, is it going to let me do it? No, I have to remove this. Let me remove this. So I'm going to put this here, right? And you notice that my square it covers the entire card with a little bit overlapping. And that is because I don't want to have other pieces sort of hanging off because we're going to slice. Okay, so then by selecting both of these, then we're going to slice. We're going to choose slice, which is down, again, it's in the bottom, on the bottom bar underneath all your layers. It says slice on the left-hand side. You've got slice, weld, attach, flatten, and contour. And when you see that it's highlighted, it means you can use slice, okay? So it's the same with contour. So by slicing it, then we peel off these little layers and out goes the back of the card. So now we just have a front of the card. And here is what goes behind it. And what did that accomplish? Well, it accomplished a couple of things. One, this makes it easy for you to do with the joy. Because as long as it's sized right, which it's not quite sized right, but as long as it's sized right, which I can show you how to do, you can do it because there's no scoring, okay? And the other thing that it does is that it creates a front of a card that you're going to put on a base. So you can, if you want to either buy a base card, you could do that, or you could make one, and I can show you how to make one right here. So we're going to add a shape, which is the square. Now in this case, my card is a 5x7 card, so I want to make a base that's 5x7. But remember, it has to be folded in half. So I'm going to ungroup it, and I'm going to go up here to the size with height, okay? And we want the height to be double because we want it to open here. We don't want it open here, right? So this indicates that the card's going to open here. So we need to make the height 10 because 2 times 5 is 10. So we're going to change the height to 10. And then we're going to, I know it looks wonky, but then we're going to change the width to 5. Wait, I'm sorry, 7. Okay, so now I have this, it's not really yet a card, but I have this, it's going to be my base card. I'm going to change it to white so that you can see and sort of visualize it. Then what I'm going to do is, and this is if I have a maker or an explorer, but not if I have a joy. If I have a joy, I'd have to cut the card using my cutter, which is, it's simple enough. It's simple enough, but you'd cut it not using your machine. Or if you feel like it, you can, use your hand machine and cut it out. But then if I'm going to use my machine to cut it out, I am going to then go back to shapes right here, and I'm going to grab this score line. And here's my score line right here. And I'm going to rotate it so that it's even like this. And I'm going to drag it so it's wide enough. And then I'm going to find the place where I'm going to put it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is halfway. You might need to drag it a little tiny bit more. See that? So now I have a card with a score line that's a 5x7 card, which I could then, let me just arrange this to the front. I could then use my front of my card over this, like this. And actually, if you wanted to kind of, eyeball it, you could do that. So like my, so my front, it is actually 6.978 and the height is 4.76. So that's a little bit smaller than what I've made for a card. So we'll address that in a second. But I have the scoring there. Sorry, I have the scoring there, and I need to attach the scoring to the card base. So I'm going to select both and go over to the bottom again and hit attach. Now I have a card that's blank that I'm going to use as my base. And then this becomes, let's move it to arrange it to the front. This becomes my card cover, or the top. All right. And if I want to, and I want to cover that entire card, I can resize this by unlocking and sort of stretching it a little bit so that it's going to cover and not go over. You don't want it to go over, because that also doesn't look so great. And let's see how this one does. So let's move it forward. And then we have to be able to have our back be covered. I might make this a little tiny bit bigger. Yeah, just a little tiny bit. So I know I'm not getting the glue on the edges. So now I have a card base, a blank card base, which, by the way, we can put a sentiment on, which we can do. And then we have our card front and our peaches and our saying. So if we want to do a sentiment, that's easy. We talked about text boxes over the weekend. So we're just going to go over here to T for text, and we're going to say, I don't know, happy birthday, whatever. Okay? Whatever you want to put in there. But remember, this is a cut file. The happy birthday is a cut file. So if I want to change it to writing, because I want to use my pen, I'm going to change the style to writing. And here we go. Happy birthday. But I need to resize it and sort of put it where I want it, which I think is kind of about here. Right? And then I grab the whole thing and hit attach. So that's how you attach a sentiment to the inside of your card. Okay, so we're almost done with playing with our card and making it so that it's ours. There's a couple of things that I wanted to point out here, though. One is this Your Peach is really very thin, and you can cut it out in paper, and I did do that. So see, this is in paper, but I also cut it out in vinyl because I wanted to show you how to do the vinyl. So I'm going to show you that in a second. But you could cut it out in paper, you could cut it out in vinyl. That's entirely up to you. The vinyl way does work, and it makes sure that with the your, there was an apostrophe. I know a lot of people don't recognize that, but there is usually an apostrophe with your, and it is here, but you have to make sure you keep it. And here's my apostrophe. It is so tiny, right? It's bound to get lost. And so by cutting it out in vinyl, let me show you this. I cut it out in vinyl, is that the thing that it does assure is that it makes it so that all of my pieces, here's a peach, right? I have to clean it up, of course, but there's my apostrophe. Everything's all in the right place, and I don't have to glue these teeny tiny pieces. I can use the stick that's on the vinyl. The only thing that I would avoid doing, which I did do because I was in a hurry, is I used strong grip vinyl for this one here, my showy card. And what it did was it grabbed onto and pulled apart that little peach. So we're going to do it differently by using the regular grip vinyl. Okay. So there's that. The other thing that I want to point out, and it's kind of a small thing, but see these peaches? They're beautiful. They're really cute. I had a little hard time finding the colors for peaches. I thought these worked. But one of the things I noticed is, see this little teeny tiny stem? Oh yes, Dorothy, you could use iron-on for this as well. Yeah, that's also good. And mixing your media is fine. So here is this adorable peach. But look at the stem. It is so tiny, right? Where? And cutting it out was a bear. So here's one with it, and it actually fell off on this one here. So one of the things that I would suggest to you is go ahead and take a pen. When you have something that tiny, rather than cut it out, you can take a pen, and I'm just going to take my pen to show you. I'm taking a pen, and I'm just writing in with my brown pen that stem. It's not a big deal, you know, it's really not a big deal. So let's put this together and see how it goes together, okay? So I cut out, I'm not sure that I need to show you how to cut everything out. I think that would take a long time, but you let me know. Do you think I should show you how to cut everything out? Or do you think you got that part handled? Because I can show you, or I don't have to. Because I did cut out one here already, but I didn't cut out this part. So hey, what the heck? I do have all the peaches, so I'm gonna just group these peaches and not cut them out. And I already have cut this out with vinyl, so I don't need to cut this out again. So I'm just going to hide it. And we're just going to cut out these 3 pieces. The middle, or the base of the card, and then these 2 pieces. So let's do that. We're going to make it. And let me get my paper. Hold on just a sec. Okay. Like I said, I wasn't really, oh, we can do it afterwards. Okay, yeah, Constance, that's a good idea. No need to cut. Okay. So let's have a look. I'm going to move you down here. Okay. So here are all my pieces, and here's my piece that is cut out of paper, which we can use, of course. And here is my piece that I cut out the whole thing rather than making it the front top. Now, by the way, you can just cut this after you cut it out, but it would waste paper. But you could certainly do that. We can do that for today. And I think what I'll do is I will put in the base, the white base, and I will cut that part out because that's something that I didn't have. So let's do that. And I have, I don't have to show you that, but basically I'm putting in my scoring stylus first. And, oh, look at that. My machine I'm having connectivity problems again. So I'm putting in my scoring stylus, and I'm going to cut out the base. And then I'm going to put a pen in there. Where's my pen? Okay, here's my pen. All right, so do you see what I mean about this is vinyl, this is paper. This could be really a bear to, look at it even gets, all I did was take, so you have to obviously clean up the image, and then you have to put glue on the back, which could be difficult, right? So instead, why not try, this is just regular, what is it? I don't even know if it's removable or permanent, but it's Cricut vinyl that we got in the mystery box. Oh, hubbies are like that, aren't they, Shelley? They're good to have around, though. And let's see. So I'm just cleaning up this vinyl by taking out, and this is a very loopy, the other thing you could do is you could have created your own image and chosen something that wasn't nearly as loopy, but I was being kind of lazy on a Monday morning after having a great weekend, so using this and just sort of developing the the vinyl or doing the vinyl thing. So here's my piece of transfer tape, and I'm going to put it over, but I'm going to make sure it's not too big over the image, because I don't want it to overlap, and that's something that I did do with my other with my strong grip tape, is that it kind of reached out over the peach. Okay, so I'm going to cut it sort of as close to the edges as I can. All right, and then I'm going to make sure I use this is a tool, normally it's a scraper, but I do use this a lot for my vinyl. And then I'm going to peel, make sure that, yep, it's starting to pick up here. So you can see this is going to work out great on the front of my card. Okay. And then let's see. We've got our card base, and this is a 5x7 card. So it's too big for to be done in the Joy, but certainly you can do it by hand. I'm going to move you up a little tiny bit. Okay. So here is the front of my this is my base, and here is my front that I'm going to then glue on here, and see what happens. You don't see that yellow behind it, and you have the sentiment there. So like that. So in the event that you change your mind and you want to do it that way instead of this way, and honestly, when you have something this delicate, it does kind of make sense, because when you fold at the score line, these pieces on the side sort of, they stick out. And now normally I would use my trimmer, but of course I don't have my trimmer sitting here. So I am cutting this like this. So the first part of the card is I'm going to take this piece and put it onto the the back of this. I have to use my glue. And when you're doing that, just put all of the glue, make sure on all of these little sticky outy things, I don't know, the cuts, which they're very delicate. I'm just putting a little tiny drop of glue. Now, I don't use a lot of glue, but I put it all around. And as if you've been with me for a while, you know that I don't like to use a whole lot of glue, because what happens is it squishes out onto your layer. And sometimes that's okay if you can get the glue off, but better to start with less and need more than to go the other way around. So here I am, I'm putting the glue, and I'm just putting a little light square around it as well. I need some here. And then I take my yellow piece, and I'm going to put it over on the top here. See that? And then you can like turn it over and see, like I missed this one. So you can just sort of pick that up and put a little dot there. Make sure it's all good and fastened on. Now, at this point, if you wanted to, yay, you got your glue. And you could attach it to your base like this, or you don't have to, that's up to you. But you can now assemble the peaches. I'm going to move this out of the way. So the peaches, there's 3 size peaches. And what's great about the peaches is that, look, it has little cut lines, just a little tiny bit to show us where the peach, the other color of the peach, or where the leaves have to go. So here's what I did. I cut out the peach in this peachy color, and then I have this as a contrast color. I have stuff stuck on my fingers. Okay. And you'll notice that some of the peaches have the contrast going this way, and some of them, where's the other one? Oh, I guess I put them on in different ways, but here's what you do. You put this piece, a little bit of glue, and follow that cutout. And I know it's overlapping on the leaves. That's okay, because then we're going to take the leaves. Again, a lot of small pieces here. This is why I'd recommend that you just forego the what do you call it? The stem. So here are the 2 leaves on each of the peaches. Each get 2 leaves in 2 different colors. Okay. And if you wanted to, this is how small. There's my teeny, I can't even pick it up. There's my teeny tiny stem. You could do the glue and try to put it on there, of course, or you can do what I suggested, which was and this is the bigger one. Of course I dropped it. So this is the bigger one. So we're going to just use the pen. Heck, no problem with that. So just choose a pen and color it in like this. There we go. And then you just proceed on. There's 4 peaches. So here's our big peach. Sorry. We have another big peach. Let's put that one together. I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. And now all of a sudden, everybody's calling me because it's Monday morning. And everybody wants to talk to me. Huh. Okay. So let's do this. So there's my second peach. Whoops. And let's get that on there. Why? Oh, everything's sticking to my fingers today because I have vinyl on it. So there's the problem with vinyl maybe. But here we go. All right. So the peaches are going to go, the big ones go, there's one here, one down here, and that looks nice too. But then you can also have these 2 here, which let's just put them together. We're still good on time. So there's 3 different size peaches. I have to get this vinyl off my fingers. Oh my gosh. It's making everything stick to my finger, which it's not supposed to. Okay. Here's the medium size, and here is the small size. Okay. And see how small? Look at how small that stem is. Really, when it cut out, it was tiny. There it is. I don't know about you, but no thanks. So, whoop, this one even fell off. All right, fine. Fine. Not all peaches have to have stems on them. Okay. And I could always put it on once I get it attached to the card. All right. I know this because we used to have a peach tree in our yard when I was a kid. So no, they don't all come with the leaves. Sometimes they don't. Okay. So here's our 3 peaches. Pardon me with the leaves. Okay, so our 3 peaches are here, and then our 2 big ones are here, and I'm going to color in this one a little bit. Probably should have a thicker marker, but whatever. Okay, so the way that they're going to go is like the little one, it'll be the little one, the medium one, and then the big one. And to give it a little bit of, you know, a pronounced look, we're going to make the bigger one pop out by using our little pop darts around here somewhere. Had them just a few minutes. Oh, there they are. So here's a pop dart, okay? Thank you, Susan. You're so kind, Susan. Okay, and I think for this peach, I think that's really this out of the group of 3, that's the only one I want popping out. And I want to put the 2 smaller ones right directly onto my card. Okay. And I'm not putting the cinnamon on just yet because I want it to appear over, like, I don't know. I suppose I could have put the cinnamon on, but it gets real close to the peaches, so I put it on after. So here's my 3 peaches with that pop darts in here. And I could do this one in a pop dart if I wanted to, or not. So the pop dot is what I call them. I don't know if that's what they're really called, but let me show you what it is, okay? So this is a pop dot. It's basically a foam with adhesive on both sides. So it has it's like a sticker, but it actually brings your piece out a little, gives it a little more dimension. See that? Now, I'm a very frugal person, so, and if I didn't get it I don't get them at Dollar Tree. Maria gets hers at Dollar Tree. But once I use all these dots, I actually will cut these pieces here and use those pieces because essentially it's just one whole sheet with 2 sides. See what I'm saying? So you just basically pop them out like this. You take off one of the sides, which is sticky, and then you put it on the back of your item, and then you peel off the second half and place it onto your card. See that? That's how that works. And some people buy them, at Dollar Tree. They're at every craft store. I don't know if they're called pop dots, but that's what I call them. I don't even know if that's a brand name. Pop-up dots. Yeah, something like that. That's the way I call them. I'm sure they have a fancy name, but I don't know. All right. And so we've got our card with our 4 peaches on it. Now we have our dimensionals. Oh, that's a good thing, Dawn, to call them dimensionals. So now we have our cutout of our saying. And what we're going to do is we put transfer tape on there. And I did brandish it, remember. And now we're going to find it, find a great place for it on the card. So I like it here. And then we'll just kind of, here, okay. Now, I'm not going to push it all down on the sides because I don't want this transfer tape to stick. And this is where it gets a little tricky when you're using the vinyl. But believe me, I think it's so much easier than having to glue those little pieces. So we're going to just roll it off. Make sure that all of those pieces are coming off. There we go. And that's final. And yeah, why not mix the media, right? So I haven't tried HTV or iron on, but Dorothy has, and she said that it works fine with that. Maybe next time we do this, we can use HTV and see how that works out. I think that would be fun. And then here I am just attaching it to my base, and I have a card in less than a half an hour. Really cute, not a lot of stress, even though there are a couple of stress points or pain points in this one, including those little stems, which I can go in and just sort of put in there, or I can darken up with my pan. And again, this card can be resized to a smaller card. I did this as a 5x7, so you'll need a 5x7 envelope. Let me just bring you back up to my screen. So if you came in late, you'll know where I got this. Okay, so, whoops. Oh, I'm all thumbs today. Come on, here we go, come on. Okay. So, Again, this came from the project section over here, projects. And I went to categories and cards, right? And I scroll down a little bit. Where is it? It's here somewhere, really up high, right? There it is. And it's Mom, You're a Peach. And it comes in with Mom, You're a Peach. And I showed you how to take the mom out if you want to take the mom up. You don't have to. And then I also showed you, let's go back here, how you could turn the front of the card, which had a score line and was bigger, how to just kind of slice off that top so that you could then cut it out with your Joy. So this is definitely doable with Joy, and it's definitely doable with any other machine for that matter. Hey, look at that. So the peaches, I didn't realize the peaches had a bottom layer, which is called the offset layer. That might have worked out better. Well, I don't know. They put it in and they did this. They took out the offset layer. Offset layer might have worked a little bit easier or better. But anyway, you can do it either way. And that is our You're a Peach card done with a vinyl saying on the front, and then we put happy birthday there on the inside. We use those pop-up dots. We cut it here and we use this base. So a lot of little tricks to try with this. You don't have to try them all. If you want to cut out the saying in paper, do that. Or if you want to cut out the whole card like this, then do that. That's fine too. Whatever works for you. And so anyway, that's today. That's our card for today. You're a Peach card. Happy birthday card. We made it. And I hope that this was helpful to you. And let's see, tomorrow I had another card that I wanted to show you. I'm trying to think. I think it's a birthday card. So it's good to have, I was thinking about over the weekend, it's really good to have cards sort of laying about and so that you can have them in case you just forgot a birthday or whatever. So I have a little stash, everything. So thanks everyone for coming today. I hope to see you tomorrow. Thanks for following me. If you want to catch the whole video, I will repost it and I will put links in there as well so you can read the instructions. If you're watching this on the replay, thank you. If you're not already subscribed or following me, I would encourage you to do so. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Hope you have a wonderful day, everyone. Take care of yourselves. Bye.